In this video, we are going to see how we can create a Cloud Run function for event-based trigger. Whenever any event happens on a specific service within GCP platform, for example, a message is published to a PubSub topic or a file is uploaded to a cloud storage bucket. In that particular case, we need to do some action, and those action will be done by the Google Cloud service, which is Cloud Run function. So for that purpose, we can create a Cloud Run function. The process would be same as the trigger. That is what we have already seen in the previous video. So you can just click on write a function. Here you will be defining all the settings the same way as we have done previously. I'm going to create a Cloud Run function with name crf-pubsub demo. Now select the region ACR South 2. This is the deployment region, and here you can select the runtime. Again, select Java 21. Now you can see this endpoint. Even in case of event-based Cloud Run function, there will be API exposed, and from the specific services, the API will be called. In case of HTTPS trigger, we did not select any trigger, but in case of cloud-based event, we need to create the trigger. Based on this trigger, there will be one event ARC trigger created in the GCP platform, and also there will be one subscription created within the topic. Right now, we are going with PubSub trigger. That means whenever a message will be published to a PubSub topic, then this Cloud Run function will be triggered. For that, we need to create a trigger. I'm going to select PubSub trigger. Now, just provide a name to the trigger. And for this trigger, we have event type Google sources. We need an event from the PubSub, so event provider is PubSub. And now the event type message publish. We selected the PubSub event trigger, so we have got this by default. Whenever a message will be published to a specific topic, then this Cloud Run function will trigger. And the topic we can select either from the existing topics or we can create a new one. I'm going to select existing topic BP Dev. And if you look at the topic, here we have the topic. Within this topic right now, there is no subscription. As soon as our Cloud Run function will be deployed, it will create event ARC based trigger. Additionally, it will also create a subscription within this PubSub topic. Within a PubSub topic, subscription can be a pull based or push based. In case of push, whenever a message will be arrived to a topic, then that push endpoint will be triggered. And that is what we want. Whenever this message will be received within the PubSub topic, then our Cloud Run function need to be called, and that URL of the Cloud Run function will be triggered from this subscription. So here we have selected the topic. Is here with the South Group default service account, and we can save this trigger. Now with this Cloud Run function, one additional trigger will also be created, and the rest of the things are same. We need not to change anything here. Same way as we have done in HTTPS trigger. If you haven't seen that video, you can go through and you will be able to understand all of these settings. Just click on preview. Here you can see service is created, revision is created, routing traffic is getting activated. And additionally, here we have one more step, which is event ARC trigger. With this step, it will also create the subscription within GCP PubSub topic, whatever PubSub topic we have selected. In the meantime, we can look at the code. Here within code, it has created one entry point. Now PubSub function is the entry point. But you can see here we have got the implementation from the cloud events function, and here we have little bit difference. Within HTTPS function, you have seen the code like this. It was implementing the HTTP function, and the service method has request and response object. In case of cloud events function, all the event would be in the same way. Here we are getting the cloud event, and from this event we can get the data, whatever is being published. In case of PubSub, it will be the data from the PubSub topic, which is encoded data, and then we need to decode it. In case of cloud storage bucket, it will have the data like bucket name, file name, publish time, etc. So based on different kind of event, the cloud event object will have different set of data. And I'm going to the code here. This cloud event data is a string. That is what we are getting from the get data. So this is the default code for PubSub based event. Similarly, if you will add the cloud storage trigger, then you will see a different code in here. Now with event data, we can retrieve the message payload within message publish data. This is coming from the PubSub v1 message publish data dependency. If you want to look at the data structure here, you can look at payload. So we have the data subscription, we have message. Message contains the attributes, and then there is a data. And this data is base 64 encoded. Whenever we are publishing data to PubSub topic, we need to encode it. And similarly, within the client application, that encoded data need to be decoded. Based on this structure, GCP platform has already provided a message publish data class, which will get the data from this string and will convert those into a message object. And the data we can read from message object. Here we have got encoded data, and this is getting decoded and eventually getting printed as well. So this is the default code. You can write your own functionality within this. Within the pom.xml, earlier we have seen functions framework API. Now, along with that, there are a couple of more dependent APIs. With the help of these API, we are able to access the cloud events data, message publish data object, and then we have also the JSON conversion. So JSON library is there. Let's save and redeploy. With the deployment, it will also create one more revision 2. This was the revision created 4 minutes back. Now it is creating another revision, and here you can see all the detail. Only change that you will see now is the trigger. So it has created the event ARC based trigger, and based on this trigger, if we just go within the PubSub topic, it has created one subscription. Within the subscription, here, if I go within the details, we have got one push and point. And this is the URL of the CloudEvent function that we are creating at this moment. So whenever message will be published, based on the subscription, it will call the API of the CloudEvent function and will provide the data. And that data we are then decoding within this code. And finally, we are printing this information. So let's test this from the PubSub topic. Here I can send the data message within the log. This is the message that we have received from the PubSub topic. We can also test it from here. Right now, we have got this input structure from the PubSub topic. You will be receiving the message in this form. Here we have message, we have data that is base 64 encoded. So I'm going to create a base encoded data. Let's create a message from here. Let's encode it, and we are going to test this encoded data here. The same way it has updated the command. You can click on test in Cloud Shell. It will send this message. Command is copied, and we just enter here. Whatever message we have published from this test command, we are able to access it. You can test this API directly from the Postman or from the local system by running the curl. However, this is the event-based trigger, but eventually, even from the event trigger, we are getting the API call. And same thing we can test from the local system. Only difference would be the structure of the message. That is what we have. This is it for the cloud function that we have created from the console. In the next video, we will see how we can deploy a CloudEvent function from a local system. So stay tuned and happy coding.